Hey guys. So today I start my brand new job. At least that's what I wish I was saying. My job technically started an hour ago. Well, why aren't you at your job, you may ask? Oh, curious viewer. You know, if you have a job and you're supposed to start it, shouldn't you be there? Well, I would have if I hadn't been fucked over. What are you talking about, John? Come on. You're great with stories and you always give facts. How did you get fucked over? Well, you guys remember what, a week and a half? A week and a half ago, I think, where I said, obviously, you know, for an interview, I was clean shaven, and I said about the human custom of looking presentable, and I said it went well. And actually, where is it? Right here. Yeah, the thing they give you after they start hiring, basically know your rights, and I think there's in the back. There's one about types of business, air carriers, brokers and dealers. I think there's a page here about recognizing theft. Consumers have the rights to obtain security free, blah blah blah. Identity theft. But they give you your normal, this is what you'll be doing. And it was a Wednesday, so they said Thursday we'd be sending out an email with onboarding stuff. Basically, if you have any kind of job, they'll send you an email. You click on it. It gives you, you can fill out like emergency contacts and your bank stuff, for direct deposit. And you send it back to them, and all hunky dory. And they said that they send it out on Thursday, which would have been the next day. And then they said about starting me on the 2nd, which is today. No email ever was sent. At first I thought, okay, maybe they mean next Thursday, which was last Thursday. Nope. It's like, well, John, are you sure you didn't get it? Yeah, I checked my folder and my spam folder about 6 times a day. And yes, I had to check the spam folder. Unfortunately, important stuff goes to the spam folder. I have a copyright strike on my channel, which was easily preventable. It was for a video I did about with the Pizza Hut training video. Had I just removed it within 7 days, I wouldn't have gotten a copyright strike. But the fact is, that important email went to my spam folder, which I didn't even bother checking, because you would think, oh, well, it's an important email from YouTube that it's gonna, go into your regular folder. No, it went to my spam folder, and never saw it. So after that, I was like, okay, I need to check my spam folder. So I've been checking my regular, just a normal folder for emails, the spam folder, nothing. Now there'd be 2 reasons why they would say, oh, well, we don't want to hire him. One, I was still employed. They were like, well, are you currently working? And I told them this. I said I was working until the beginning of November. I'm like, I take care of an 84-year-old, so it's not like I can just, up and quit. But I'm like, it's only going to be like a week more. And they're like, yeah, it's not a big deal. The second was the times. I said, I've got transportation, but it's kind of broken right now, and I need to get it fixed, so I'm relying on others. And so they expected me to be there at like 5 o'clock in the morning, despite the fact that the store opens up at like 9. But I said I could be there pretty much every day, 9 to 5, which is 8 hours. More than enough time, especially with someone who already has the kind of experience they're looking for. I get that they wanted to get people in, be like, oh, well, because we get busy for the holidays and blah, blah, blah. Well, I've worked holidays. I've been retail for holidays. I've worked at SeaWorld during holidays, which SeaWorld is by far the worst thing to do for holidays. That is worse than any retail store you can imagine. Because retail stores, even you may get a couple hundred a day. No, we get several thousand. For holidays, we were peaking at about 60,000 people. So SeaWorld is way worse than anything you can get in retail. So the whole hustle bustle type of job I'm used to, and I let them know that. So training should not be that hard, considering they would just teach me how to fucking stock and use a cash register, which I've done over and over. But yeah, they just email never sent. They have my email, they have my number. If there was an issue, they would be calling me like some people who have respect for other people would. But this is actually not the first time this has happened. This is actually the third time this shit has happened where I've had a job and then something happens to fuck it up. First time, 2007, I was living in New Jersey with my dad. It was the holidays, and there was a McDonald's that I applied to. I was going back to hand in the application, and the woman took it. She was like, "You're hired. You know, we really need people right now." So I went into the back with her, and she got me the hat, and I think I still have the uniform. But she gave me the hat, the shirt, the name tag, the belt. Yes, there's a specific belt, and the pants. So I tried them all on. Everything fit except for the pants. And she said, "Well, that's fine. You know, she can't have me work unless I have the full get up." So she's like, "Well, that's not a problem. We'll just order some pants. Got my size. Order some pants and be here 2-3 days. We'll call you up when they're here, and you come in and get started. Blah blah blah." So 3 days goes by. Nothing. I said, "Okay, it is December and the holidays, so maybe they just haven't had time. You know, give them the benefit of the doubt. Call them a few days later, see if they're fine then." So I call a few days later, it's like a week later. I get on the phone with her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, they're still not here, but we've decided to go with someone else." They needed people that quickly that they couldn't just wait for some fucking pants. So I had the job, didn't get to start because they decided to go with someone else. The more recent time, was when I was working at Bojangles. I spent about $160 that week because, like I said, I've got transportation, it just doesn't work. But about $160 on a taxi because it's $20 to get there and $20 to come back. I was doing orientation, and this was June. And I finished orientation on June 18th, which was a Monday. So we finished up. We went to the back, and she said, "Call me in a week for a day to come in to get started. I'm not going to be able to train you this week. I've got meetings, and I want to be the one to train you. You know, everyone just want the managers to focus on, doing their jobs." There was a new manager there, and the training manager, the hiring manager, is the one that did the training. So she's like, "Call me next Monday. We'll get you a day to come in." All right, great. Next Monday rolls around. I call. She's not even there. She's sick. So the person's like, "Oh yeah, she's sick. Try again on Wednesday." So Wednesday comes around. I call back. Different manager. Same thing. She's not here. Try again in a couple days. So I call on Friday, and the new manager answers, and I was like, "I'm trying to get in touch with the hiring manager. I'm just trying to find a day I can come in." And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm new and I can't give you a day to come in. You'd have to talk to her and blah blah blah. And she's sick." She said something about an eye infection. It looked like someone punched her in the eye, so like all around her eye was pretty bad looking. But and I said, if she's like, "She might be here tomorrow in the morning, so if you call then," and blah blah blah. And so I tried calling, and then she wasn't there. I said, someone please just take a message for me?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah, well, take a message, and when she gets in, she'll see it in our office, and she'll call you back." Nope. Didn't even show up that day. Finally get a hold of her on Monday, only to be greeted with, "Well, it's been 2 weeks since you clocked in, so you're automatically terminated." And I'm sitting here thinking, what? And I said, "I've been calling for the past 2 weeks, trying to talk to you to find a day to come in. I talked to the manager. She said she couldn't give me a day because she was new." And she's like, "Well, I'll talk to her about it, and I'll talk to corporate, see if I can get you back on the payroll. But if not, you'll have to do it all over again." And in my mind, I didn't say this out loud, but in my mind, I'm like, "Fuck you. Fuck you. Actually, no, this hasn't happened the third time. It actually happened once before. There's a store in town called Save-A-Lot, which was a little grocery store. And I went and had the first interview. It went great. So much so, had the second interview with the district manager and all that. Went great. They said, yeah, we'll be sending you the email with the permission, for the drug test and background check. You'll receive it in a couple days and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. So a couple days goes by, don't receive the email. I call them and say, hey, I haven't received the email. And they're like, oh, really? All right, let me send it out again. A couple days goes by, nothing. So I call them back. They're like, yeah, we're having a problem with our systems right now and blah blah blah. And it seemed like their systems were down for about 2-3 months. And every time I called, systems are down. Systems are down. And I'm living with, my friend, and her dad owns the house, and he's expecting rent, and we can't pay him anything. They're getting pissed off at me, despite the fact that I'm busting my ass trying to find why this fucking job is fucking me around like this. Finally, I call, and, oh, yeah, sorry, the manager's on vacation right now. She'll be back soon. So I managed to get a job at another store after, and it was right next door. It's a place called Ingles, which is a place here in North Carolina. And yeah, one day I was on my break and I went over because I was looking for another job, because this job got to the point where the manager just didn't like me. I was pointing out shit that she shouldn't be doing, like having someone my size go out to the sign with a 30-foot ladder, get on the very tippy top, have it rocking back and forth with no one at the bottom to hold the ladder steady. I'm like, it's kind of dangerous. And she didn't like being told that what she was doing was dangerous. So I went over to Save-A-Lot, and I'm like, yeah, hey, I was about the application. I filled out like 3-4 months ago. And I'm still, it's like, oh, well, that manager's gone. She went to Charlotte to go work at another store. You'll have to refill out refill out an application and do everything over. And in my mind, same thing with Bojangles. Fuck you. I mean, obviously I know it wasn't this person's fault, but the fact that I had the interview, I had the second interview, it all went well. I was gonna get that fucking thing for the drug test, the consent form, to be dragged around for 3 fucking months, only to go in and find out, oh, she's not even here anymore. She went to a different store, and if you want to work here, you'll have to fill it out again and do the whole process all over. Fuck you. So, people are gonna like, wow, one time that's bad enough, but this has happened to you 4 fucking times already? Yeah. People were like, oh, it's, you gotta look forward. Yeah, I've been looking forward, and every time I get forward, I get fucked over. So, people were like, oh yeah, well, it's just God. Yeah, well, God's plan. If there is a God, He is making damn sure that I'm as fucking miserable as possible. He wants to fuck me over every step of the way. Well, He likes to fuck over those He loves. Yeah, well, He must really fucking love me. Really love me. Because every job I've had, I've been fucked over. Either with hours or for whatever reason, I'm getting fucked over. This is the 4th time this shit has happened to me. No reason for it. And then they never call you. They just leave you in the fucking dark. And never let you know, oh hey, by the way, we decided to go with someone else. Or oh hey, the manager left, so if you want to reapply, you should do it now. No, they just leave you in the fucking dark. Because they, in their mind, it's like, well, they need they need us more than we need them. No, pretty sure it's the other way around. You need them more than they need you. Because if that person doesn't get a job there, they can just get a job somewhere else. But you're the manager of that store. So you need people to work for you. And if there's no one there to work for you, guess what? You're doing it yourself. And no manager wants to do that, trust me. So, I don't know how long it's going to take me to find another fucking job. I've got little money, but considering the grand scale of things, I've got maybe 3-4 months worth of money saved up. So if you haven't and you want to help, if you feel bad for a person who's been fucked over repeatedly, got a Patreon. $5 I think is like the minimum. I really don't feel like ending up on the street during Kofu. So any help would really just be great right now. But on a more positive, not positive, but so last night, 8 o'clock it started, and it ended about 3 o'clock. The person I take care of, or used to take care of, they put her to bed from 8 o'clock at night till 3 o'clock in the morning. She was talking to herself and singing to herself. I just went over there before I started this video, and I talked to my landlord's sister, and she was like, well, she told me this morning that she was talking to her mom. Her mom's dead. So she was talking to her mom, who was dead. She said she was hearing bells. Now, I had my computer on, but my computer, her hearing is not that good. She's sitting right in front of the TV and the thing's on almost 100, and she's like, can you turn it up so we can hear it? So I know that whatever I was doing on my computer, whatever I was watching, she would not be able to hear it in the next room with a fucking wall between us. No way that's happening. So she's hearing bells. She was talking to her dead mom. So I go over and I'm like, yeah, what time did she go to bed? Because she was up till about 3 o'clock in the morning talking to herself. Now, people know that's kind of a stage of dementia. That's far gone stage. Once the mind gets to the point where you're hearing things and you're talking to people who aren't there, yeah, that's and she just got checked out. I mean, but then again, the doctor said she's perfectly healthy apart from the dementia. But yeah, she was talking to herself. She said that she was talking to her mom. Her mom's dead. I'm like, the woman's 84 years old, 84, 85. So yeah, her mom is long dead. But there she was, 8 o'clock to about 3 o'clock in the morning, talking to herself and singing. At 3 o'clock, I finally, because there's the grate right there, covering up the big old hole that was put into the wall. And I'm like, June, go to bed! And then after that, it kind of stopped. But then again, I had my fan on and probably didn't hear it. But, yeah. So she was talking to herself and hearing bells. And concerning. But yeah, that's it for me. Just wanted to let you guys know, because I'm sure you guys were wondering about, hey John, what happened with that job that you talked about? Well, yeah, I'm not getting that job apparently because I've been fucked over once again. Like I said, if you guys want to help out, even $5, that makes all the difference. Because like I said, I really don't want to end up on the street during COVID-19. Even if it's downplayed, it's still around, and I don't really feel like dying yet. Because if I end up on the street, I will get it, and I will die. And I'm not ready to die just yet. If I go out, it's on my own terms. So, if anyone wants to help out out of not even 800 people yet, thanks YouTube. So if a few people were, even if it was close to like 125 or something, just so I can, take the balance out of my own money, not have to spend the whole, because I only pay $250 for rent, so, but like I said, in the grand scale of things, how much a month I have to spend on food and everything, personal items, it's just the money I have is only going to last like 2-3 months. So really don't want to end up homeless right now. But anyways, that's it for me. Thumbs up, thumbs down, come subscribe, all that great stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.